Hey guys, I hope you guys are doing well. I just want to say, Happy New Year's, and I hope you stick to your New Year's resolution that you've made, and I hope this year becomes a success in whatever you plan on doing. I'm just gonna make a quick video. I was not gonna make this video, but it's just been bad. So I had to do, I saw something happen a couple of days ago in America where Trump supporters pretty much stormed into the sacred place of America, which is Capitol Hill, and they stormed into there, and the police did nothing. The police actually were running away from these people, right? And I thought it was interesting. Oh wow. Okay, this is interesting, But then I started looking at how social media responded to this thing, right? And I'm looking through this, and I found one common thread was how most black people were putting on, questioning. I don't think it was just social media. It was even like some of these newspapers. They were questioning what could have happened had those Trump supporters, had those people who stormed Capitol Hill, had they been black, And I thought to myself, okay, what could have happened? That's obvious. I think if it was black people, the response was going to be harsh. There'll be a lot of people beaten up. There'll be a lot of people in prison right now. There'll be a lot of people shot, dead right now, and it'll just be a different response. And I agreed with these guys, the people because that's what people were trying to say. But then I sat there and realized that why are we even asking this? Because it's obvious. It's obvious that this is the response you're gonna get in America, right? I even saw the other day a doctor who died from coronavirus at some hospital in Minneapolis, where she was asking for this medicine that's helping coronavirus patients. I think it's remdesivir or something like that. And apparently the doctor knew she was a doctor, and he wasn't willing to help her. It was a white doctor. So the woman died because of negligence. These things are obvious, but why is it that as black people we've been reduced to complaining? All we are doing is complain and comparing. And it just hit me, man. I'm in Australia right now, right? And I've been here for some time, right? And in Australia there's another group of people that's black, and that's Aboriginals, right? In Australia, as a black person, you get more racism from Aboriginals than even from white people. Why am I saying this? Why am I saying this? The reason why I'm saying this is because I've realized one thing. Here, the Aboriginals are more scared of black people because we look the same in terms of color with them. And the reason why they're scared is because they think we are coming in and we're gonna bump them off that position they have in Australia as the second group from white Australia, as the other Australian group. So they're scared that we're gonna bump them off and take that position. Same thing in America. The reason why everyone is trying to compare. Look at that, you gotta treat us better like them. It's like black people in America, they're trying to fight for that position to be the second class citizens in America, or to be that second position or closer to white people. And that's what we are fighting for. That's what they are fighting for. That's why when we look at even ADOS, I was looking at there's some YouTuber who's ADOS, and he promotes Black America, and all they do is pick on Africans. Pick on Africans this, Africans that, Africans that. It's the same thing here in Australia. It's black people trying to fight for that second position. I just don't get it. I don't get it. We shouldn't even be comparing. Let's forget about that. Let's be like the Jews. Let's be quiet. When stuff like that happens, it's obvious we expect it. What do I mean when I say let's be like the Jews? The Jews are donors, man. The Jews donate. The Jews support both Republicans and Democrats. They don't give a crap. They're donors. That's their position. And this is why I try to tell everyone, every black person in the world should connect themselves to Africa, because Africa is the richest continent in the world and it's developing. Okay? It's developing. You know, we can go on like if you have this ADOS position about, oh, we are better than everyone, every black person, we should be treated a different way and all that stuff. Some of that thing, I get it. You know, people that have been there, slaves, descendants of slaves in Africa, in America, should have certain benefits. I get it. But the thing is, what you are looking at as black people, we are not your enemy. We are not the enemy. You know, I didn't see any African who went there doing with the Trump supporters there. There could even be some African Americans who were there. You know, but the problem is we are not your enemy. So you're putting your priorities in the wrong place. Okay? Why am I saying this? You know, this fighting for second position has to stop. This comparing of how, you know, African Americans have been doing this for hundreds of years. Why don't we try a different approach? And the different approach is where we take up the position of the Jews, where we become donors. How do we become donors? We get connected to the richest continent, which is where every black person belongs. Every black person deserves a piece of Africa. You know, we come together, we connect. What do I mean by this? You know, because here's what I get from Edo. So you could just go and develop Africa and stuff like that. Don't mention, take African Americans out of your mouth. But here's what I'm trying to tell you. What I'm trying to say here, first of all, it's not my fault that I watch black movies, African American movies. These days I even watch Nigerian Hollywood movies since they started. It's psychological, mate. I'm sorry, not my fault. You know, you can take that anger. I'm just trying to be real here. You know, it's not my fault. Psychologically, people tend to prefer to watch people that look like them, and I pay for these movies. You know, I grew up on Above the Rim, next Friday, Juice, you know, movies like that. I pay to go and watch. Even today, when these movies come out, I pay. So in a way, I'm supporting black Americans. You know, all these actors, when they say worldwide sales, you know, what worldwide sales includes African in the diaspora who go to support these movies. You know, how many people, if you go anywhere you go, Kevin Hart is touring, there'll be black people there. You know, black people are more likely to go to Kevin Hart show than to Louis C.K. because they understand his sense of humor better than Louis C.K. Most of them, Louis C.K. jokes, I don't even find them funny. You know, so that ain't my fault, man. That ain't my fault. So stop this crap. All right? Oh, what are Africans doing for Edo? Well, we do it by watching what you guys produce, by buying the music you guys produce. That's how we are doing it. All right? So, what am I trying to say here? What I'm saying is, let's connect with Africa. You guys in America, you have a bit of money. Whatever you get paid. You know, let's say even just black people who've left. This is how black people who've left Africa, who are in America, majority of them do it. You get a job in America, you make $90,000 a year. I'm just giving an example. Or let's say even you make six figures, you make $200,000 a year. What you are going to find most Africans do is they take that piece and invest it in Africa. You know, Davido, this Nigerian singer, his father actually is in America, but he's a billionaire. You know, he's invested in America and he's invested in Africa. And this is the game we are trying to sell you. We're not trying to say African American move to Africa. No, that's not what we are trying to say. It's not about moving. There's people who want to move, the doors are open. Africa is your land. Every black person, Africa is your land. What I'm trying to say here is we're trying to find a way to where you can create streams of income. So if let's say you're African American, you're on $90,000 a year. You start making connections with the African continent. There's potential to make money. Everyone is there. You know, you watch Go to Black when he was in Tanzania. sea of white people. If you look at the companies that invest in South Africa, most of them are American companies, but it's only white people. So you and your hatred of especially ADOS, not everyone, but these people that call themselves ADOS have realized they got this anger towards Africans, and probably they are the first one who are comparing, you treat people like this, you treat white people like this, and look what could have happened if it was black people. Let's stop all that. It's not important. Let's just leave it out. Let's focus. Let's stop all that. This is what we're trying to sell you, right? So if you're making a little bit of money in America, come together, find a way where you can invest in Africa and sell your products in America. You are an American. America is the biggest market in the world. Utilize it. I heard of a woman, she emailed me. That's what I'm saying. It's not everyone, there's just some groups. But we need to come together. Unity. There's strength in numbers. There's a woman who emailed me. She's in Chicago. And there's community development there happening. The community has come together and they're able to build things like malls, that are owned entirely by black people. And I'm thinking to myself, in that mall, you're gonna have a grocery store or something like that. So if you want, you can go, why don't we go and start farming rice in Africa, which will be cheap, and that's not exploiting Africans because of economics. If someone earning $5,000 in America might have the same life as someone earning $500 a month in Africa. It's just economics. It's not exploitation. So you go to Africa, say you're gonna grow rice for cheap, and we're gonna process it in America. We're gonna send it. We're gonna process it there and send it to America and sell it there. And what you're trying to do in the process, not only are you creating jobs in Africa, but you're also creating jobs in America. We are owning all these things, and in doing that, we are creating these streams of income. That's gonna move up our median wage. So instead of people earning $80,000, they find themselves earning maybe double amount, sometimes even triple that. What's stopping you from investing in a gold mine in Africa? What's stopping you from investing in projects happening in Africa, road construction, all these things? And there's people doing it. I was watching Dr. Annette, and I heard names like Shaniqua, who wants to come to Africa, wants to go to Africa and get involved in road construction. But she's got a degree. As you know, African American women or black women in America are the most educated women in that area, in that country. So there's a lot of women there with degrees, and apparently they can't even find work. So I don't understand why we are here bickering among each other and also fighting to be equal to white people in America when we know it's not going to happen. Let's be like the Jews. So what happens is this, though, right? We create our own economy in doing that. So instead of you now going to living on $80,000 a year, now you're living on $180,000. You've created extra income, which means if you want, you can save that 80 grand every year. Save it for a couple of years, you can go and buy your own house. For a few years, you can go and buy your own house, where you don't have to go to the bank and be declined a mortgage, and if you're given a mortgage, they pay you, they give you a high interest. You don't have to go through that pain. Which means we start creating our own economies. As we start creating wealth, we're not gonna give a crap about what white America does. Because we are creating our own wealth, and we're gonna have the power, because that's what money does. Money gives you power. When we have that power, we can vote. You don't have to belong to a Democrat or a Republican. You can just say, this is what we want, and we're gonna go with any party that's gonna give us what we want, and here's the money. That's how the Jews do it. Let us remove this mentality of wanting to be close to white people all the time, to follow white people wherever they go, and start thinking of creating our own. For me, that's embarrassing. It's embarrassing that we have to be, what could have happened? It's very obvious. When is it gonna be? When is it gonna register in our head that these people don't like us, don't like black people? And I'm sorry to ADOS if they're saying, I'm not African American. I'm sorry that when I see a black man being shot on the street, like in the streets, I feel his pain because I see someone who looks like me getting gunned down or being stomped on or something like that. Sorry, but I feel that. I'm connected to that person somehow, maybe in a spiritual sense or something. And what I'm trying to say is I want to see black people anywhere in the world prosper. It's not about African Americans coming to Africa. Those who want to come, they are open. But what I'm trying to encourage everyone is find 4 things you can do in Africa. I'll give you an example. JT, the bigger figure, is in Burkina Faso. He bought 100,000 square meters of land. He's selling for, he probably bought about, let's say maybe $500 to $1,000 of 300 square meters. He's selling 300 square meters for about $4,000 to $5,000. He's making about $3,000 profit. Let's just say if it was $4,000. He's already sold 75 of those, which means he's made over 200,000 profit, which is about $225,000 to be exact. Money in Burkina Faso, and the people that are buying these houses are Americans. I remember one time O'Shea Duke Jackson said, only African Americans will make African Americans come to Africa. And I'm going to encourage people. That's why I respect O'Shea. I even respect Nakmizi, because in a way we might differ in what we say, but I can understand where it's coming from. We need to come together and create our own economies. It's the only way we're gonna become valuable in this world. This idea of begging, for me, I'm tired of it. We've been reduced as we look at our ancient history. For people who don't know their history, it didn't start with slavery. Everywhere in the past, in Egypt, the greatest and longest civilization ever seen since the beginning of time. Ancient Ghana, the king there was called the richest man at that time. Today, the richest man is not white, is not Asian. The richest man is still an African. So why come we've been reduced to begging for our lives to matter? I'm tired of it. I don't want to see people marching. Black Lives Matter, begging again, begging. That's what we've become now. From being at the forefront of civilization, technology, and science, to being reduced to begging for our lives to matter. And it's like we've accepted this position. It's time we have to say, you know what? Stuff this. Stuff everyone. Let's just get organized. There's a game here, guys. There's a game. There's a continent that you belong to. Someone called on Go Black to Africa. He's a Nigerian guy living in Canada. He's made over $3 million just from picking up bicycles in Canada and selling them in Nigeria. $3 million over like 3 or 5 years or something like that. He sold over 300 or 450,000 bicycles, and he's made $3 million. So this is the game we are trying to show you, like create streams of income so you don't have to worry about white America. You are in the richest country in the world. Take advantage of it. There's 40 million of views over there. Over 40 million. 1.7 trillion spending power. That doesn't mean wealth, it's just spending power. So why don't we have that money circulate within the black community? What's wrong with that? Why are we fighting on these battles that we're never gonna win? Some of you even say, oh, our ancestors built America. I get it, true. Your ancestors built America, but I gotta tell you something. My grandfather owned, he built as an owner, so he gave someone, he never touched the brick or cement. He paid people to do it, laborers to do it, builders to do it. He built motels, real estate, he built grocery stores, he had petrol stations, he had trucks, he had everything. I benefit from that today. The man died 20-something years ago, but I still benefit from it today. The people that built those things, they were the builders, yeah, they did it, but they didn't own this stuff. I know he paid them, and I know our slaves didn't get paid, but at the same time, someone owned the slaves. So we can fight and fight and fight. Nah, the white Americans are benefiting from it. What we have to realize is that instead of fighting that battle, let's fight the battle to unite and use Africa as everyone is ripping off Africa, is getting ripped. Let's go there and find what we can do. And no one is stopping you. I just told you, JT's made money from it. So no one is stopping you from doing that. I would rather we do that. That's a better solution than trying to beg to occupy the second position from white people. We can do this, and we can look what the Chinese have done. They're not down here, they are there. And that's what we need to be. This Black Lives Matter, this all that stuff, that's all crap. This comparing, oh, look what they've treated them, that's all crap. Let's be quiet. Like Biggie said, we move in silence or something like that. I can't remember the exact song, but the people that, fans of the Notorious B.I.G., they'll remember this. We move in silence. That's all we need to do. Move in silence. Keep quiet. Let's make the money. Money talks. Money talks. Money gives us power. And there's power in unity. There's power in numbers. This is why we need to come together. I'm tired of us begging for our lives to matter. I don't want that crap. I just wanted to make this quick video. I just want to thank everyone. I just want to say please subscribe to my channel, share the video, and press that like button. Thank you.